Ah, it is so beautiful here today. It's amazing. So, International Women's Day is coming up. And once again, I just want to say I am a woman. A woman is an adult human female, born a girl. And yeah, I made all sorts of decisions, choices. I was captured by trans ideology for a long time. I was really so uncomfortable being a pretty woman. I didn't like being pretty when I was a girl. I was 3 years old, less than 3 years old, when my mother married a convicted pedophile. So I had all sorts of experiences in my youth that told me that it wasn't good being a girl. And I lived with suicidal ideation from as young as I can remember. I thought the world would be better off if I wasn't alive. And that didn't end until I got sober in 2002. And it was after I'd been sober for some months that I realized I was waking up glad to be alive. And that was when I became really aware of whether it was the predatory looks of men or women. It didn't matter. I was really uncomfortable being seen as a sexual being. And I really struggled with that. And I was captured by this ideology that said I could live my life as a man. And I honestly believed that that would make the awkwardness and the discomfort and all these other things go away. And you know, for a while I had all these hoops and these goals, and it seemed to work, and it seemed to help, and I just kept hopping through hoops, right? First you gotta qualify for your hormones, which means you've got to go to support groups and get a psychiatrist and all this other stuff. And then it was qualifying for my hysterectomy, and then qualifying for my bilateral mastectomy. All of this was like 2-year intervals. So during that time, I was so hyper focused on the next goal that everything that was going on the inside I could just kind of ignore for a while. And then I got to the end of all that and realized that I had rendered myself invisible to the people I was sexually attracted to. And that was really my wake up moment, my aha moment. And the other thing was just God really laid on my heart the realization that I was the constant in all the failed relationships that I had been in throughout my life, and in the failed dating attempts I had gone through in my sobriety. And perhaps I just really needed to be single for a while and work on myself. And the more I did that, the more I was just single, the more I realized that I'm not a man. Despite everything I had done to rearrange the skin on my body to appear like a man, I'm still a woman. You know, I worked as a long haul truck driver, flat decking, and the last profession that's really male dominated. And getting to know my male colleagues and the things that motivated them and the sacrifices they made for their families, like what motivates a man is very, very different from what the things that motivate women. And I just really understood that I am a woman, and I sat in regret for over 10 years. You know, 2017 was my last attempt to reconcile with what I had done, and I just, when I reconnected briefly with the trans queer plus crowd, I realized that I am nothing like them. And advocating for the rights of convicted sex offenders who are males to spend their time in a woman's correctional facility because the man has declared woman as his gender identity, that just melted my mind. Like I couldn't compute that. And then learning about what they're doing through Soji. You know, when I left the scene in 2010, we were discussing how acceptance would be allowing, for society to be so accepting that kids would not feel like they needed to make changes on the outside in order to be who they were, so that kids who were non-conforming or kids who were different could just feel comfortable in their skin, and boys could grow up to be boys however they wanted to be boys, and girls could grow up to be girls however they wanted to be girls, and that's what acceptance would look like. And then Soji 123 telling 3-year-olds, oh, your mom is transphobic because she told you you're a girl just because you were born a girl. It's like, what? So yeah, I am Kelly Lynn Annette Peary. I was born a girl. I am a woman. I'm 2 months on estrogen today. And yeah, I'm making this to celebrate International Women's Day 2024. So, congratulations to all the women out there. God bless.